Why is it that some wigs are $30, $50, and some wigs are over $400? What is the difference? I have a few what I call fashion wigs or cosmetic wigs that you can get on eBay, Amazon, TikTok. I've seen them here on TikTok a lot. We're gonna look at the difference between those wigs versus name brand wigs, the luxury wigs. I'm not talking about human hair, I'm talking about synthetic hair. John Renault, Noriko, Beltress, those are your name brand luxury wigs. Those are pretty much ready for you to wear straight out of the box. When those show up, you don't have to do any kind of surgery or tweaking on them to make them wearable. So that doesn't mean that some of the name brand or luxury wigs can't be affordable. I know on my website I've got some that are around $90, and then every week most of the name brand wigs go on sale. So it's kind of like shopping at Hobby Lobby, that if it's not on sale this week, check back next week. And then I also have a code that you can use anytime on my website, which is GLAM, GLAM 30. And that will save you 30% on any brand at any time. So if it's not on sale and you want it, use my code. So the first thing that I notice is that most of your cosmetic wigs are gonna come in with their lace still intact. The lace goes all the way to the ear tabs. So we're gonna look at one from Estetica, which is, I would say, a mid-price range. So when you get a luxury wig, they come with their lace already cut. This lace is a little stiffer to me. It's a little more, I would say, substantial. It's not like a fabric. To me, this, you probably would need the addition of some glue to make it lay completely flat. And I'm telling y'all, I started my wig journey with buying these wigs, so I know this from firsthand experience. This one's called Ella, and this Ella will always be this color. This is the only option that you have. You can't choose your colors in the cosmetic wigs. So Ella is gonna be this blonde color. Ember is always gonna be this red one. So you don't get to pick your style and then pick your color like you would with Raquel Welch. It's the name brand wigs. They carry a style and then you get to choose the color that you want that in. And I think that's a pretty big deal. An example of that is we have Estetica's Ren, and she is in the color Caramel Kiss today. You can get her in a lot of different options. I want to say there's probably 10 to 15 color choices that you can get on Ren. The one I'm wearing is a name brand wig. I can show you the one I have on. The one I'm wearing is from Gabor. And so you see how there are no knots. That is just like a flawless blend straight into my scalp. So if we take this off, it has a strap that goes around the back. Your luxury brands don't have that. It also has combs, and generally your luxury brands don't come with combs. If you have hair loss and you're going through, for whatever the reason, complete hair loss, then these combs are not gonna help you. So your name brand wigs, they work a whole lot better for people that don't have any hair. Of course, I mean, I have hair and I wear my name brand wigs every day. So let's put this one on. So this one still has its lace attached, so that would need to be cut. Do you see how you can see its little knots there? And that's true with a lot of darker wigs. Sometimes the more affordable ones don't have quite the fine details as your luxury wigs. Now that's not 100% true across the board. It just depends a lot of times on the color that you have too. You can buy a name brand wig and you can sometimes still see the dark knots. So you just need to know the tricks to blend those. So let's put this on. Okay, I have already cut the lace on this one. That's all that's been done to this. The lace has been cut. But can you see how there's a lot more fullness here at the hairline? And so you need to know the tricks on how to pluck this hairline to make that look more believable. Probably the fourth, let me put my hair back on. This one that I'm wearing is Ready For It by Gabor, and it is a heat friendly style. That is Another point that we have, I don't know what we're on, maybe 3, 4, depends on where we're at. From my opinion, 100% of what I have seen on TikTok, eBay, Amazon, all of those places that are selling the cosmetic wigs, they come with those Futura fibers or the heat-friendly fibers, depending on how they word it. Now, if you have followed me for any length of time, you know that I don't love heat-friendly wigs for myself. And this one is a heat-friendly wig, and I will show you the reason why I don't love heat-friendly so much. Little Wren that we were looking at, this is not a heat-friendly wig. This is a regular synthetic wig. So that is a big difference, that your luxury brands come in regular synthetic and heat-friendly styles. So why would you want a regular synthetic wig? So heat-friendly wigs require a little bit of maintenance. And what I mean by that, this one's not terrible because I have just treated her, but the ends are going to need maintenance. You're gonna have to curl those ends. You're gonna have to smooth those ends with heat because you see how that's kind of crispy? Can you see how crispy that is? See the ends? They're gonna tangle faster because those heat-friendly fibers respond to the warmth of your body, and then also friction from the heat-friendly fibers rubbing on your clothes. Now, all wigs are gonna tangle a little bit. So I always carry a comb in my purse and just kind of brush through that whenever I think about it. But the longer styles, I try to avoid heat-friendly because they're gonna be a lot more work to keep up with. I don't wanna have to smooth my ends everywhere so that it looks better, so that it doesn't look like a ratty, tangly mess. I personally like regular synthetic fibers, especially if I'm gonna have a longer wig. That's something to keep in mind. And I say that with all of my new wig wearers when they come into my studio, or if they message me and ask me questions, I try to steer them toward a synthetic wig to begin with. But that's a pretty important point if you ask me. Gosh, pretty important point. It's hard to say. Most of the cosmetic wigs, they don't have what we call permatease. Permatease are little tiny fibers that are right next to the cap that give the hair lift and the appearance of volume. Now, there's certain styles that don't have permatease if you don't like that look, but if you like the look of a lot of hair without the weight of a lot of hair, then you want permatease. The luxury wigs, they just measure in ounces versus density. That's not even a thing. And so they will use permatease to give you the lift and the volume and the shape without just a massive amount of hair. Versus our cosmetic wigs, this I would say weighs double of what the one that I'm wearing is. Really, the first thing that I do when I get one of these is I thin them out because that's a lot of hair, and to me that just stands out that it's a cosmetic wig. And I have had several ladies reach out to me that have cancer, and I would not steer them toward one of the cosmetic wigs. I would go toward one of the luxury ends, not because I sell them, because I actually do sell some of these too. So I don't have a vested interest in leaning one way or the other. I'm just trying to tell you the differences. So I have purchased a ton of these cosmetic wigs in the last year, trying to find a manufacturer to work with me and do custom wigs. I have some on my website that I have found, and they're gonna fall under the same things that I've just described. You might have to do a little work with them. There's gonna be a lot of hair on them. I have a lot of samples, and so I'm going to list those on my website under the clearance section if y'all are interested in an affordable wig. But just know going into it that these are gonna be a little different quality, a little different features than your name brand, than your luxury wigs. If you're interested in taking it out of the box and having it look like natural real hair with not a lot of density, then maybe go toward a luxury wig. So hopefully that helps. All right, bye y'all.